Family and friends, loved ones and wedding crashers, I welcome you to this day of celebration. It's a day of celebration of love, commitment, friendship, and family. As Jill and Arron celebrate their marriage, they would like to take a moment to remember those who've gone before us. Jill's grandfather, Papa, who had been excited thinking about the food and cake. Arron's grandmother, Eleanor, whose smile would have lit up the room from the joy and happiness of this day. And Jill's Aunt Kim, whose memory and loving, playful spirit lives on in us. Jill and Arron, I'm so thrilled and honored to be standing here with you today with your family and friends as we witness your marriage. Today is a special day you will remember forever. Love is a powerful, binding emotion between two people. But even more so, it's the little moments in everyday life that make you remember how lucky you are to have one another. It's waking up on a snowy day to a brushed off car. Coming home to all your laundry done. Opening the fridge and seeing your favorite wine and salsa. To drying your tears through the loss of a loved one. Today we celebrate that moment and join you as you begin the next step of your journey together. This road will not always be easy. There will be potholes and speed bumps along the way. During the hardest parts of the journey, resist the temptation to travel this road alone. Instead, hold tighter to one another, be even more kind to each other, and love each other even more. Most importantly, never forget the reasons why we are here today, why you chose each other for life. I had asked Jill and Arron how they knew they found the one. Jill shared with me that she knew Arron was the one when she saw his heart. She said he's the most selfless person she has ever met, and she loves that he has goals and how family's so important to him. You could be seated, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just... Sorry. Let me start over. I'm so sorry. Arron shared with me that he knew Jill was the one because since the beginning, she pushes him to be a better person each and every day with never-ending love and patience. She brings out the best in him, but how he really knew she was the one he wanted for life was one day he came home and there was mac and cheese and a glass of milk waiting for him on the table. It was at that moment he thought, you can't top that. Who would think mac and cheese could win your heart? Arron and Jill, as time goes by, my wishes for you is that you will always remember the loving words of what was said about each other, but also to remember what was said to you. As you can see today, weddings are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But marriage can be ugly. You see the absolute worst in someone. You see them when they're mad, they're sad, they're stubborn. You see them so unlovable sometimes that they make you want to scream. But you also get to see them when they're laughing so hard that tears run down their face. You see them at 3 a.m. when the rest of the world is asleep, except the two of you, and you're eating in the middle of the kitchen floor. You get to see a side of them that no one else does, and it's not always pretty. It's the snorting while laughing. It's the tears when it comes crashing down. It's the farting. Yes, I said farting. It's the bedhead. Sorry. And the bad breath. It's the random dances or funny made-up rap songs. Right? It's the anger. It's the joy. Marriage isn't always beautiful, but it can be absolutely amazing. It's knowing someone loves you so much and won't leave you, even though you said something nasty. It's having someone have your back no matter what. It's the fighting over who didn't do the dishes or pick up after themselves. It's those nights where you fall asleep in each other's arms, knowing and thinking there might not be enough time with them. It's cleaning up after their throw up, or just rubbing their back when they're sick. But through the good times and bad, it's being able to crawl in bed with your very best friend, the weirdest, most annoying, perfect person you know. So marriage can sometimes be ugly, but it's also one amazing ride to have the right person. So what I'd like to do at this time is I'd like you to continue holding your hands, but at this time, okay, I want you to look down at your hands. Okay, keep looking. The reason why I want you to do that is because we're going to talk about the gift that is right before you. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as you build your future together. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years. And with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear and grief temporarily comes to you. These are the hands that will countless times wipe away the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will hold your children someday. The hands that will join your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it, support and encouragement to pursue your dreams, and comfort each other through difficult times. These are also the hands that even when wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for years, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. This time I'd like you to look up at each other, please. When the one whose hand you're holding is the one who holds your heart. When the one whose eyes you gaze into is your hopes and dreams their start. When the one you think of first and last is the one who holds you tight, and the things you plan together make the whole world seem just right. When the one whom you believe in puts her faith and trust in you, you found your one and only love you'll share your whole life through. At this time, I would invite Julie and Sue to please bring up their child's rings. Love freely given has no beginning and no end. These rings symbolize the never-ending circle of love. May they remind you always of the vows you have taken this day. Your rings are a symbol of their commitment that wherever you go, you will return to each other. Whatever you have, you will share with each other, for your lives are joined in love and trust. Marriage is a commitment. We will not use the word promise during the ceremony because promises are and can often be broken. Commitment means I'll be there for you, though sometimes I really don't want to. With marriage, you may not be where you always want to be, but when you're committed to each other, you're always there together. All those conversations that you had in the car, over a meal, during long walks, all those conversations that began with when we're married, oh, I will, oh, you will, oh, no, we will. All those late night talks that included someday led up to this moment. The vows you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know, all those things we promised, we hoped of, we dreamt of, I meant every word of it. So look at each other and remember this moment in time. Because before this moment, you've been many things to one another. You've been an acquaintance, a friend, a companion, a lover, a dancer, and a teacher. You learned so much from each other over the years, and shortly you should say a few words that will change everything. From after today on, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife. Arron, will you please repeat after me? I, Arron, take you, Jill, to be my best friend and faithful partner. I promise to encourage you and inspire you and to love you through good times and bad. I will forever be there to laugh with you, to lift you up when you are down, and to love you unconditionally through all the days of our lives. Jill, let's take Aaron's hand. I, Jill, take you, Arron, to be my best friend and faithful partner. I promise to encourage you and inspire you and to love you through good times and bad. I will forever be there to laugh at you, to lift you up when you are down, and to love you unconditionally through all the days of our lives. You guys will do this. Jill and Arron, this is your love story come true. Your journey of marriage begins with I do. Cherish this bond. Start each day with gratitude and compassion for each other, and unconditional love to follow. Believe in each other, support each other's dreams, but remember to dream together too. Always give more than you think the other needs. Say I love you and thank you, and truly mean it from the heart. Trust and respect each other, always. Be spontaneous, be fun, be romantic. Stand together, and let there be space for togetherness. No one listen, no one talk. Apologize, forgive and forget. Work together, plan together, pray together. Allow God to be the foundation of your life, of your marriage, for it is He who chose each other for you. We're almost done. You guys ready to do this? Yeah. Okay, Arron. Ready? Do you take Jill to be your wife? Do you commit to love and respect her? Do you commit to be honest with her always? And will you stand by her through whatever may come? Jill, do you take Arron to be your husband? Do you commit to love and respect him? Do you commit to be honest with him always? And will you stand by him through whatever may come? Then, by the power vested in me by the state of Illinois, I now pronounce you husband and wife.